Hi, it's Athena, Seaside Shaman and founder of the Soul Medicine online program. I'm here today to talk with you about some soul medicine for specifically your anxiety. Anxiety has swept over the nation over the past year, and it's growing rapidly, like a virus in itself. And I'm recognizing that so many of my clients are coming to me in need of support through coping, through managing the anxiety that's coming with the present times. So today I'd like to first dig in with you and share with you what it is that I encounter as the leading cause of my own anxiety, and you may notice that you share the same root cause. The root cause of my anxiety is time. Constant worry about having to be somewhere at a certain time, worry about running out of time, worry about when things are going to happen, when things are going to open up back to normal, if we're going to go back to normal, when. And you may feel like there's some lack and some inability, and I may not be able to do this thing, but usually there's a time component involved in feeling like you can't do something, and that then leading to the anxiety. So the first piece of medicine, and the most powerful piece of medicine that I want to share with you regarding anxiety, is the medicine of releasing yourself from time and moving into a flow. So how do we move into a flow when we're worried so much about time, when we're worried so much about when things are going to happen, or having to be at a place at a certain time, or running out of resources, running out of time? How do we get into a flow when we have all of these things pulling at our consciousness? The first step is to center into the present moment, into the now. And I know you're probably thinking that's more easily said than done, and I know a lot of others are thinking the same thing. It comes from a conscious effort, a conscious intention to step into the present and to move out of anxiety. And you can treat it as medicine. And sometimes in our pill culture, it's much more easy to go and get a prescription for a synthetic drug that's going to actually help us to maybe relieve that anxiety. But if you've been on any type of anxiety med, you may find that it only helps a little bit, but it's still there. It's still there beneath the surface because the mind is still running the same programming, the same stories. They're just maybe running a little bit slower. What we're trying to do is move away from those stories, move away from that programming, and really shift our thinking into thinking that feels really good. All right, and we do that by getting into the present. So I want to ask you, what can you do right now to bring you joy? This is a very common medicine. It's a medicine that I use for many, many different forms of discontentment and mental illness. There's so much that we can do with just moving into the present moment and focusing our intention on joy. So right now, when you're so worried about what's going to happen, you're most likely not very present in the now. I'm going to encourage you to ground yourself. You can ground yourself through grounding meditations, visualizations. You can ground yourself through simply putting your bare feet to the earth. One of the ways that I like to ground myself is to take a pause and to start to imagine that I can feel the earth beneath my feet, even when I'm inside of a building. Just tuning into the earth. Another way that I like to ground myself is to go out into nature, to sit under a tree, to walk amongst the trees. And if it's too cold, then I go sit in my front room with my plants, and they bring me a bit of that earth element that helps to ground me. So perhaps for you, to ground yourself, you can find some plants. You can place them in your space. You can take a walk in nature. You can sit under a tree. Or you can do a simple visualization and imagine yourself connecting down into the earth. But most importantly, when we're dealing with the confines of time, the belief of the confines of time, and the fears surrounding time, we must bring ourselves into the present moment, because there really is nothing but the present. And I know there are a lot of people that have been programmed to believe that we have to go, and keep going and work hard and think ahead and plan ahead and be on time. There's so much thinking around time. But if it doesn't feel good to you, you can start to remove yourself from that thinking. That's actually your choice. If you want to stay in that frame of mind, that frame of thinking in relation to time, and you still want to function according to time, grounding practices can still help you to make the most wise use of your time. It can actually make you more productive. It's incredible how this works. So the next thing that I'm going to encourage you to do in terms of getting into the flow is start to release the need to control things. Start to release that need. So perhaps you think that you have to figure everything out. You have to figure all these things out, that everything is on you, and you're completely responsible for all these different things in your life right now. And that's causing you a lot of anxiety because there's only so much time and there's only one you. There is only one you, but there are a lot of others that are available to help you. And if you haven't heard, my work is with the spirit world. And I do firmly believe, because I see it every day, that even you have spirit helpers that are waiting to help you. They just need you to slow down and stop for a minute. Because every time that you decide to go, do, try to take care of everything on your own, you stop your spirit guides and your angels and all the unseen helpers from taking care of things for you. You also stop those in your world from taking care of things for you. So start to open up to help from others. Start to allow for things to be taken care of for you. And that's going to also help you to get into a flow. Start with an experiment. Maybe speak out loud, wouldn't it be nice if there was someone to take care of the dishes for me? Whatever the thing is, speak it out loud. Set that intention. Give it a little time. Because it may not happen instantly like we like. We like things to happen instantly in this culture. But give it time. When it shows up, be so grateful. More and more miracles like this will happen for you if you welcome them in. And the last thing that I want to encourage you to do with anxiety is to detach. You might notice that when you're feeling really anxious, you're thinking obsessively about something that you feel needs to get done, or something that you would like to get done, or something you would like to do. And that obsessive thinking begins to form into anxious thinking. So what we need to do in those moments is detach. And again, that can be very difficult if we've cultivated a practice of thinking obsessively about things and planning and taking control of everything. But once we've stated what it is that we would like, what's really important is that we detach and, as I said, allow for things to unfold. It's very uncomfortable in the beginning if we're accustomed to doing. But the more you allow, the more you'll start to witness really cool miracles, and the more you'll start to fall into a really beautiful flow. So as best as you can right now with your anxiety, take a quick assessment of what it is that you're attached to, what it is that you're thinking you need to do, what is it that you're worried about with time. During these times of COVID and quarantine, perhaps you're really worried about when things can go back to normal, or when you can go to that job, or when. But ask yourself, what can I do right now? Focus on the present moment. Ground yourself in. Allow for things to happen for you. And you are going to start to witness really beautiful flow throughout your life. If you're still struggling and you feel like your anxiety has some really deep roots, then consider checking out my Soul Medicine program. In the Soul Medicine program, I guide you through energy healing, soul retrieval, which is going back into our childhood and healing some traumas in a very gentle way on your own in the comfort of your own home through guided visualizations. I also guide you through ancestral healing. Perhaps your anxiety is not your own and you've inherited from your mother or father. We actually can go back into those relationships and heal that. And lastly, we work to heal past life relationships, past life traumas. And so I guide you through a visualization, a shamanic journey that helps you to heal past life traumas and worries. So whatever it is, if you feel like there's a deeper root to your anxiety, I would love to have you try out my Soul Medicine program. So please visit my website, seasideshaman.com. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Wishing you much peace and wishing you much alignment in the beautiful flow of life. Namaste.